Hi, welcome back to another 90 Day Fiancé recap. Let's talk Love in Paradise Season 4, Episode 6. I'm not gonna lie, this episode was pretty uneventful. Like, nothing happened. Literally nothing happened. It was all filler, but I still enjoyed it. Why? Because this cast is so freaking good. There are just a few couples, maybe like one, that I'm rooting for. I love, I support. And then the rest of the couples I absolutely detest. I freaking hate them. I hope they all burn to the ground. I need anger management. Without further ado, let's get into it, starting with Alex and Adriano. In this episode, Alex meets Adriano's parents. So this relationship is definitely serious. He wants to move things along, and they get to her house for dinner, and what do they talk about? Religion. And listen, I've always heard that when you first meet the parents, you don't talk about politics or religion. But because religion is so important to her, she brings it up. She just cannot understand why they believe in something, they're Catholic, and he doesn't. This is where I get very frustrated with Alex, and I just don't understand why she is trying so hard to force him to be religious. Why are you with a guy who is not religious when religion is so damn important to you? Maybe it's time to find another guy. Ooh, okay, I need to calm down. Yeah. At the dinner table with his parents, they get into another argument.
Being a believer in what God says how to love is kind of a roadmap of how to love properly.
Non sono d'accordo, nel senso che non credere in qualcosa che ha iniziato il mondo non significa non credere in nulla.
I'm having an unconditional love towards you when you are trying to change who I am and make me believer.
She gets very heated. She gets very passionate. She even starts crying in front of the mom. The mom's like, oh my God, this is very awkward. I can tell that religion is very important to her, but my son is simply not religious. So I don't know what she wants me to do. They say their goodbyes. Thank you for dinner. It was delicious. And then Alex and Adriano get into the car and they have their next argument. Guess what it's about? Yeah, it's about religion again. She goes, oh, I just can't believe you don't believe in anything. And he's like, yeah, sorry, it's just not me. And then she says, you know what? I see a lot of myself in you. You know, a couple of years ago, I used to party a lot, drink a lot, and have a bunch of threesomes and do all these crazy things. But then I found God and I realized I didn't have to do any of those things. God is with me all the time. And I don't have to do any of that to please a man. No, God's got my back. And I truly believe God helped me through the darkest times of my life. Adriano lets her finish whatever she's saying, and then he says, okay, I accept that, and I respect your experience and your beliefs, but I believe that you did everything on your own. I don't believe in a higher power. I don't believe in God. I believe it was with your own strength that you, did whatever you needed to do. But if you think it's God, then that's fine with me.
I know God got me.
I accept it. Okay, you had bad moment. Everything changed in your life. You believe it was God. I don't. If you want to call God, okay, call it God. I don't want to call like this. I'm never going to call God. Just accept it.
Alex is stumped. She doesn't know how to respond to his answer. She's like, okay, but if you believed in God, then you wouldn't have any of your problems. He would help you. Like, you wouldn't look for threesomes. You wouldn't even want threesomes. And he's like, okay, but I don't believe in God and I want threesomes. And I think they're so why am I yelling? I'm sorry. Okay, I need to calm down. Like, literally, I need to chill. Whew, let me try this again. So then he tells Alex, well, I'm not a believer and I want threesomes and I love threesomes. I love having two coochie coos in my face. Like, I just can't give that up. I love it. I want it. And she's like, but if you were a believer, then you wouldn't want it. And he's like, but I'm not a believer, okay? I've had a total of 10 threesomes and each one of them was better than the last. So imagine how much more amazing it can get. Oh my God, I'm yelling again. I'm sorry, you guys. So he basically tells her, I've had a total of 10 threesomes and each one was better than the last. So just imagine how much better it would be if I kept having threesomes and if we kept having threesomes together. And then Alex is like, but why do you need threesomes? Am I not enough? You're putting so much power into these threesomes that you're willing to give me up. Like, you love me, right? And you're willing to throw me away so that you can have some threesomes? I mean, you already broke up with me twice. This argument is so incredibly frustrating, and it's all on Alex. Honestly, like, I want to be on Alex's side because I really like her. I think she's got a great head on her shoulders. She's gorgeous. She's got a great career. She's so nice. But I don't know why she's trying to fit a square into a circle. Like, she's really trying to push and force that square into a circle. Let the circle be a circle. Find a square, okay? Find your square so you can fit that square into your square, okay? And let him find a circle so he can fit that circle into the circle. All right, I'm getting mad again. Oh my God. What's really frustrating to me is Adriano has been honest with Alex the whole time. He told her from the beginning that he wants threesomes. She said yes, and then she changed her mind, which she's completely allowed to, and said no. But he hasn't changed his stance, and he told her he will not change. He wants threesomes, period. And she's trying to convince him that he doesn't want it, that a twosome is more important and more loving and more, I don't know. She's basically forcing him to convert into her religion, which he refuses to do. And he refuses to give up his desire of wanting threesomes. So what do you think is going to happen, Alex? He broke up with you twice before, and you got back with him a third time for I don't know why. So she's back with him a third time, hoping that he'll change? No. No. Wake up. Moving on to Luke and Madeleine. So remember in the last episode, Luke told her about the prenup and then she freaked out and walked away. So she's still mad, all right? She storms off and goes into the car. And Luke follows her, gets into the car, and she's bawling her eyes out. She's horrified about this prenup and she feels so embarrassed that he brought this discussion up in front of everybody. I don't know why this is embarrassing, but basically she's like, I don't want to do this anymore with you.
How are you gonna do this to me in front of everyone? I want to live happily ever after with you. No. Yes, I do. I want you to be my girl forever.
She doesn't want to go home with him, so she spends the night at Grandma's house, and then the next morning, she makes her way back to Luke. She's huffing and puffing and pouting, and then she yells at him for insulting her with a prenup. She's been nothing but loyal to him for an entire year. She's given him everything she could. How dare he suggest she's a gold digger? He's like, oh my God, we're not going to figure this out right now. Let's just table this conversation, and we'll deal with it later. And she's like, it's not funny, but okay. And they kiss and make up. Next is Sean and Aaliyah. So in this episode, we learned that Aaliyah and her mom weren't always close. When she was only 5 years old, she went to live with her grandparents, and they're the ones who raised her. I'm not sure where her mom went during this time, but she eventually came back, and then they were able to become close. Her mom says at one point that since Aaliyah was very young, she gravitated towards dresses and heels, and so she assumed that he would be gay, but it turns out that she's trans and she's very supportive of her transition. Now, while they're having lunch, she tells her mom about Sean and how they've been dating for 3 years, and her mom's like, oh my God, I had no idea that you had a boyfriend. And Aaliyah's like, yeah, you're going to meet him tonight at my birthday party. So it's Aaliyah's 25th birthday. Sean's throwing her a party, and he has a surprise planned. He's going to propose. He thought long and hard about whether he could be with a woman or not, but he just couldn't picture his life without Aaliyah. So he's going to support her, he's going to continue this relationship, and now he's going to propose. So he got in touch with Aaliyah's favorite pop star singer named Anita to help him out with the proposal. So what he ends up doing is during the birthday party, Sean says he prepared a birthday speech. So he plays a video, and on the screen is Anita and Sean in the video, and Anita basically says, will you marry Sean?
Oi! Mas você quer ir com o seu namorado, Sean? Você quer casar com ele?
And then Aaliyah is so shocked because that's her favorite singer, that's Sean, and plus, Sean just proposed. She's crying, she's so emotional, and she accepts his proposal. The whole thing was very, very sweet. I just love Aaliyah so much. We need to protect her heart. I don't know if this relationship, proposal, marriage, whatever it is going to last. So I feel like they have a lot of challenges ahead, mostly coming from Sean because he's the one who's going to have to really adapt and deal with all the changes. And if they break up, I honestly would not blame either of them. Last and very least, we have Kyle and Ani. Ani's doing yoga with one of her best friends, and she confides in her saying that Kyle is a sperm donor and he does a lot of natural donations, including intercourse. And the friend's like, oh, okay, yeah, I can tell you really like him. And she's like, yeah, I really like him. I don't know what to do, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so then Kyle goes to this medical clinic to get an STD test. Because remember how Ani found out about the woman in Australia? Like, he ended up having schmex with her. It wasn't just a spontaneous trip. He wanted to go see Australia. It was actually because he wanted to impregnate an Australian woman. Now, Kyle is hiding something. He didn't tell her the full truth. The woman from Australia isn't the only intercourse donation that he made. Yeah. What Ani doesn't know yet is he made 2 other donations recently, one in London and the other in Norway. He's like, yeah, I know I'm going to have to break it to her and tell her the truth, but to kind of soften the blow, I'm going to get an STD test and show her how clean I am. Wow, how smart. How smart of you, Kyle. And you know what? Apparently it's going to work because we all know Ani has schmex with Kyle. Okay? She has unprotected schmex with Kyle. Ooh, gross. Ani tells her friend at the end of the day, even though she has strong feelings for him, she wants him to stop with his donations if he wants to pursue a relationship with her. I think that was my dog. I'm sorry. Well, that's it for the recap. Let me know all your thoughts in the comments, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye!